It doesn't even want to sleep.
Stop.
Behind you. It's moving. That door just...
No, it's in the chair. Hey Shay,
What's up?
where we going?
We're going to a very haunted location right now.
Yeah?
It's called the Hull House. It's the oldest brick building in WNY. It's Alex is doing a live right now, but yeah, it's a really cool location. We get to investigate the whole property all to ourselves. It's gonna be a hoot and a holler, a good video. Can't wait.
ETA 14 minutes.
ETA 14 minutes. How many people are dead in that cemetery? All of them. Yes. Hey guys, so real quick, I'm editing part 1 right now. I just want to tell you guys Alex's psychic walkthrough. Footage for that is gone, but thankfully she wrote down a bunch of stuff while she was doing it. I'm going to post those over my face and all that. So yeah, pause the video, read all the way through if you want, and keep in the back of your mind while you're watching the video and see all the connections she made. Alright, enjoy.
Alright, so this house is actually the Hull Family Home Farmstead headquarters. So they acquired this house in the early 2000s, I think it was. And it was built in 1890, and the gentleman's name was Abram Ersman. And Abram was a very successful farmer here in Erie County, the most successful farmer if you read some of the papers at the time. And he built this house. This is where they lived. He actually did grow up in the area. I believe his house was across in that field over there. So he grew up in the mid-1800s here with his family. And of course they did know the descendants, the daughters and the sons of the Hull house, and some of the other neighbors that were in the area. So Abram married Elizabeth Good, and together they had, I think, 5 children altogether. One of which there is kind of like a tragic story, if you will. Actually, 2 tragic stories concerning this property and Abram Ersman. One of which is that Abram did have a like an outbuilding, like a barn, and one of his hired help was doing work. He fell asleep in the barn, knocked a lamp over, and he actually set the barn on fire, and he did pass away.
Wow.
And Abram was not insured. Supposedly the barn was not insured, so I think that had a lot of turmoil associated with it. Also, one of the sons, Abraham Ersman, he actually this was in the early 1920s, he was in the city of Buffalo and decided that he was going to take a taxi home back to this house. He entered the vehicle in Buffalo with 3 other men, one of which was his friend, 2 of the others, one was the driver and one was his friend. So they came down Genesee Street from Buffalo, and they came into the driveway, and for whatever reason, Abraham decided he had to leave immediately and return back to the city. So back to the city they go. They head out Genesee Street, heading west, and apparently the way the papers read is that Abraham threw his arms around the driver, actually kind of put him in a chokehold, which caused the car to go off into a ditch. The car turned upside down. One of the guys was hurt, but Abraham was killed as he was pinned underneath the car. So a farmer driving into the city actually saw the car turned over at about 3 in the morning, and they were flagging him down for help. So they did remove the body, and then they released the body to the sisters here at this house, and he was waked out of this house. So that's some of the tragedy associated with it. So that is kind of in a nutshell what we know about this home right now. There is a lot of activity. I think you guys wanted to hear a little bit of it. So the basement is very active. When you go down the stairs, you're gonna go all the way to the back, and actually the room is under this area right here. We call it our teapot room because it's where we keep all our teapots. And that room is like a circle of energy. Some of it's good, some of it's not so good. So I'm not going to tell you who's down there. I just want to see if you can kind of get something for yourselves. We also have kind of like an energy pocket, if you will, in this corner of this room. There's a lot of people who feel very negative energy. We've got a lot of things on the SLS in that corner. It's pretty intense. Also, upstairs, we call it the bride room. There is that room is actually kind of special. I mean, you can just kind of sit there and start to hear kind of activity. There is a dresser there with a mirror that some people believe might be some kind of portal, if you will, of the spirits being able to come in and out. We've heard that from some of the mediums that have come through. And I think that's about it. When you do go upstairs, there is a room that has a big wall with a family tree on it. Take a look at it. It's got all the Hulls and all their descendants. They have 12 children, so it kind of gives you an idea of who's who and what they did. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the Victorian.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
Good. I'm excited because I want to see. So this barn here, actually, it's a garage right now, but it actually has historical significance. We actually found out it was built in the 1840s.
Oh.
And if you go inside of it, you can see all of the hand-hewn beams up at the top. So, I mean, it's a really cool building, but back in the 90s, a doctor used to live here, the 1990s, with his family, so he kind of converted to try to modernize everything.
Right.
And they did that with this farm.
What?
So,
You want it?
I don't, no one's ever investigated in there. You're welcome.
Ooh. We didn't know we had this whole area to investigate.
yeah.
We thought it was just the house.
No. You have all of it.
Go wherever you want.
Yep. So Warren Hull had almost 400 acres of land.
Ooh.
So it stretched all the way to Ellicott Creek up on pavement, and then all the way past the 90. So it was a very long plot, but very narrow.
This is...
Yeah.
Hello, we're just here to visit.
I think this is a great space for the REM pod.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that room and that room. Okay, so some pretty crazy stuff.
Yes.
And we'll leave the rest to you.
Go ahead. Yeah. Oh, you want to go upstairs? I can show you upstairs real
Sure.
quick. So just so they can see the stairs and what
Yeah.
we're talking about. You can see. So
Oh,
you're
John,
gonna
you're gonna
really
get a
want to go under like this.
Careful, Kiki.
Already,
Oh my God.
already almost all the
Kiki,
way down.
careful.
I got bad back already.
Some people. Yeah.
Oh. Do you want to sit outside, John?
So this room was known as the common room. This is where the family probably took a lot of their meals. Also, so when Warren Hull was a Revolutionary War soldier. I'll just give you the history real quick for you. Warren Hull was a Revolutionary War veteran. He came here with his family. His wife, his name is Polly, and they had 12 children together. So in 1804, he crosses the Genesee River straight into Batavia. And then he goes to the Holland Land Company. And that's where he purchases this land in 1804. So one of the stipulations was when you were buying land from the Hull Land Company, you had to improve upon it in some way in about 6 years' time. So in other words, especially on this road, this was known as the Batavia Road, not Genesee Street, it was called the Batavia Road. This house is a halfway point between the city of Batavia and the city of Buffalo. So a lot of people that were building houses here had to turn their homes into what they called a tavern. Not like we know and love, but more of a tavern where someone
Disappointingly
so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rats.
They would come, water their horses, get a meal, maybe sleep overnight. That's what these houses were for. So they had to make a promise when they signed, yes, we will do that. We'll offer our house for that. Well, in 1810, Warren still had his property. He actually was paying his mortgage about that time. So we know that the structure had to be on this property at least by that point. The upper rafters of this house, and you can go into the attic, so just be careful up there, and other short ceilings and everything else, but you're allowed to go up there. Some of the rafters up there, you'll notice when you're up, there's a 40-foot hand-hewn beam right across the top of this house. And those date from almost 1830. So it did take quite a many years to get from that base floor up to the top. But the house was at least standing on this property in 1810. So this is the common room, okay? This is where the visitors would come in, and they would take their meals here and, you know, like I said, water their horses. If we step through here, I don't want to drag it out because I know you want to get investigated. Over here, there's so many things I could tell you, but you would be like, we would be here all day. This is the parlor, okay? This is, if you were coming to visit the Hulls, Polly would take you into this room, show off her wares, give you tea. Maybe she would put some of her fancier things in here so that they could kind of showcase who they were as people at the time. Also being the parlor, this would be the room where they would lay out anybody who had passed away in the family would be laid out in this room.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
So this is a good room. I get a lot of EVPs in that room. I get a lot of EVPs in this room. All the woodwork is original. This was actually hidden by plaster. It looks
the
similar
door?
to that side, yes. And when they were doing some renovating, one of the volunteers was knocking on the walls and noticed it like a hollow spot here. They uncovered what was this closet. And they knew it was a closet because you could still see the rings or like the stains on the wall from where the shelves were.
Oh.
And then they knew too that the woodwork around the windows is exactly fitting perfectly right around here because of a notch that's right back here on this mantle.
Oh, yeah.
And it fit just perfect, so they knew how this most likely looked.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's awesome. And if you just pay attention to that mantle, take a look at how it looks, and then if you come back here to this room, you'll know why this was the parlor. And this was more of a
If you want to get some B-roll
informal
too,
area.
go for it.
Whatever.
If you want to get some B-roll too, go for it. You don't have
Yeah,
to,
those
but.
are all reproductions from a Smith in the area. So this one's, you can see it's plain, right? It's a little
Yeah.
more plain. So Polly would probably come back here with her children at night, read. So the children would do their studies back here, definitely a more informal place to stay. If you want to go ahead and open that cupboard right there.
This one?
Yep. Does anyone know the name of what that cupboard is?
No.
So easy, it's difficult. That's a pencil cupboard. You can see that because it's really narrow.
That makes sense.
You're right. So Polly would keep all of her china in there, maybe some teacups and things like that, so that she could, even candlesticks, what have you. Anything that would fit in there that she could just easily get with her little ones running around. So that's kind of neat, but you can just see it's just more informal.
Yeah.
You know, just more for the family than for entertainment purposes. And these things here that you see, they're reproductions. However, they're the same type of lighting that you would have found back at that time by a tinsmith. So yeah, we can head upstairs. Amy, you want to go upstairs? Yeah, sure. And this is, we think it's Warren's office right here, guys.
Oh.
We're not 100% sure.
It's really creepy in here.
I know. All original.
This place is so cool.
Alright, somebody rules.
I
I
know.
always
really-
wonder about that guy.
This is really slanted
It is,
too.
isn't it?
It's like-
Yeah, it's like if you roll a marble down,
I know.
it's coming right back here. So, and then that door leads to the stairs that we saw, the little balcony. And I'll take you. That's the original front door as well.
That
Yeah,
is
look at
wild.
this thing.
Oh my god.
Skeleton
Yeah.
key and it's
And then guys, when you're going up, I love telling people guys, when you're going up these stairs, feel how smooth it is. Because this is the original banister railing.
Oh,
Cherry
man.
wood. Cherry wood. All the Hull hands went up here.
Just tell me to move.
Anybody
ready to, right?
That is wild.
So really quick, we'll take you in. This is the boys' room. So Layling had 3 boys. And we believe that they slept in this room because there weren't that many of them. So we get a lot of, I get goosebumps right now. We get a lot of, we had one of those cap halls, right? And I was sitting here with the volunteers. Now we had this cap, feel free to lay down on the beds too. We had a little cap ball. And we had this thing around all night. We couldn't get this damn thing to go off or anything. We put it on the floor, we did everything, it wasn't working. So her and I came in here and we basically shut the door and we put the cap on that bed. And as we're talking, the thing finally went off on the bed. It's like, I don't know what you'd have to do to push it on that bed because it's kind of like cushy, you know?
Yeah.
But it actually started going off. It's a very kind of a playful energy in here, I think. But sometimes
Definitely
sad.
a little boy.
Can use the dog.
I think so.
Little boy.
Here,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
definitely.
And what you're feeling right now about this house, it's going to change when the sun goes down.
Oh my
I swear
God.
to
Yeah.
God, it's just different in here when the sun goes down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Deidre, Amy, I know you can agree, it just feels different in
Yep.
here.
And then also be aware too of traffic noise. If you
Yeah.
hear something crazy, tag it. And sometimes people's radios in their car, you'll mistake it for a voice. So just like keep in mind when you're trying to debunk
Let it
Like some
tag.
ghost listening to Pink Floyd.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, is that a woman? It's such a cool spirit. All right, so this is our, what we believe is the girls' room, okay? Also, just from the size of the room, we kind of feel too that if they did have people that would sleep over, that were traveling, they may have stayed in this room. It's nice and big. So there was a lot of work done construction-wise to this house over the 200 plus years. It used to be split up into apartments as late as or I should say as recent as the 1970s.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but they do know for sure because there's always like these little legends, I guess, in the area of, oh, was this the Underground Railroad, or oh, did a little girl catch fire at the Hull house? Well, we don't know. We don't have any record of a little girl catching fire, but we do know that when they did do work on the floor, they did realize that the underneath was burned,
Oh.
that the fire did come past the hearth. So there definitely was a fire in this room at some time. So, but do we have a record of someone dying because of it? No, we don't necessarily have that. So, yeah, so this is what we think is what we call this the girls' room. This is what
Okay, so right now we're going to the. Do you want?
What?
You're on camera, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
I
Okay.
get a little nervous, but
You're fine. So we're going to the cemetery. It's gonna be a long, treacherous walk. Matt might die.
No, I'm fine.
He's fine. I might die.
no, I might die.
And we're gonna do this while Keontae and Alex are doing the psychic walkthrough in that building.
I wonder what's down that path then, because
I don't know.
that also leads.
Maybe it just leads to nowhere.
Field.
No?
I don't
So
mind
is this
either
where the
that.
family is buried?
Yeah, that's where the family's buried.
That's okay.
Holy shit!
What kind of bird was that?
Freaking vulture!
Ah.
Oh man, I already shit my pants.
We're gonna hear that at night, and we're gonna be like, "You're grabbing onto me again."
Holy fuck!
Holy shit.
I thought that thing was coming at us.
Alright, maybe we'll get your ghosty ghost.
This is bananas right here.
I'm more scared of animals than freaking spirits. Are you kidding me?
Animals can like. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh, this is crazy. We're not gonna step on the headstones now like we did.
No,
at Middleburg
we're not doing that.
Okay? That was pretty messed up. What does the top of that say?
Take one.
What?
Take one. There's nothing. No, they took them all. They took more than one.
They took more than one.
Alright, well, so this is the cemetery. This is very eerie.
Yeah, this is.
Very.
Anything on the that? No. Damn. I think I kind of want to do a EVP session. You want to hold the camera?
It's already recording, so
I'm gonna do an EVP. Hopefully the cars don't fucking ruin it. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna place it right here. Try not to move or anything. Is anybody from the Hull family around us right now? And if you're around us, can you tell us your name and how you died? We're not here to, you know, like mess with you guys or anything. We just want to, you know, learn from you, communicate, and maybe get some history from your family and the houses on the property. So we're gonna work with you as much as possible. Hopefully you can work with us as much as possible. You can show yourselves. We'll have a camera out here. You don't know what that is probably. Camera. But, you know, just show yourselves if you're able to.
It sees you.
At any point you want to take my energy to manifest yourself, you can.
Where do you want to set this up? Like over there on the thing
I'm
then?
thinking setting it up either right here or right there.
I would say like literally
That thing
right
is
here.
massive. Get that thing out of here. That's mosquito right there. I hope they're not snake holes.
Fucking snakes everywhere.
Yeah, we can set it up on the other side of this wall. Alright, we got the first trail cam set up right here overlooking the cemetery.
It's weird how half
Hopefully
of
we'll get
the
something.
stones are turned this way, but then the other half are like that way.
Yeah.
Like word-wise. They're not all facing the same way.
Yeah, that is weird. We should be facing.
A ton of stuff. In fact, when you were in the Victorian, one of the bedrooms had one of the artifacts that we found. So maybe go take a look at it and see.
Well, because I heard that, I just heard now that something about like they would get rid of people or like get rid of people as needed or like I don't know. They mentioned that some of the men in the family took care of some shit.
Yeah, and they couldn't. And, you know, even after the house, so there were other families that took hold of the house, like the bird coats and wheel locks. They were in the house, after the house, like in the 1850s, 60s, 70s.
I got
so,
a couple names, 2, 3. I got a man named Charles that came through. I can't remember the other one.
okay, well, I can't wait to hear them. Like I said, all the names
I
really
think it
help
was
us.
Katie Ann, Charles, and what was the Sue?
Sue?
Yes.
I wrote it down, too. Okay.
There was something over there too, actually, when I was walking here.
Down here?
Yeah, the land in general has a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Like I feel like there were grave sites here before there were actual grave sites.
I believe it. And we actually, Tim Shaw, I don't know if you know Tim Shaw.
Yeah, I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Yeah, he believes that too, especially when you go to the cemetery in the back. He thinks there's others back there, and there actually could be.
They were never marked because they weren't supposed to be found, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, that could absolutely be true.
This is where I actually, while you guys were talking, was originally I heard a man talking to me saying, "Thank you, I love what they've done with it here." He's super thankful.
Oh, that's
He's
good to
not the
know.
oldest one.
I'm glad to know
This is
that.
actually like for the automatic writing. I got a lot.
I want teacher to see it too.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't remember what I just said to you during all of that either. It blanked out. So good thing you recorded it because I have no clue.
Mm-hmm, definitely. They did find a ring here, by the way.
Yeah, no, there's a lot.
This is true.
A grandmother.
Yes, but that was in the Hull house.
Oh,
And-
see, I was getting such mixed.
Yeah.
They
This-
were showing me time after time, like different evolutions of people.
Yes, and obviously more than one group. Polly Hall passed here. The woman who lived in this house passed here. But for sure, there was a woman who passed away in the Hull house in the 1970s.
Oh wow.
Actually, let me take that back. It was the 1950s. She passed of pneumonia in the upstairs when it used to be broken up into apartments. So she had pneumonia and she passed in there.
Oh,
So there's other people who have passed even more than just the Hulls.
I'm gonna take some, and then we can do a quick walkthrough live in here.
Alright.
Or if you want, I can just pick up here real quick so we can lean on quicker.
Are they in the cemetery?
Huh?
Where are they? In the cemetery?
I have no clue where that's the only
'Cause
thing.
I saw them walk by when we were in there, but I don't know where they
Oh,
were.
really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. What do you have a 7 there for?
I don't remember writing that, to be honest with you. I have no clue.
In a limp? That's interesting.
They were wanting to take me up the stairs. I don't remember why, but there was something about upstairs here as well.
There was a fight over property too.
Oh, okay.
But it was between the sons.
The two men, okay.
Yeah.
I see, I was all over the place and I couldn't find where that it was two men. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. That's interesting. You should like, I don't know if Deidre wants to see. Hey, Deidre?
How many bunnies after?
Bunnies.
What? Why not?
Maybe.
But she's losing her mind. She's not mentally stable. Like, she was making me feel like she lost
How'd
a
it go?
baby. And she, like, did
Yeah.
something crazy and then hung herself.
So she's the one that.
I'm not sure if it's the same woman or not, but yeah, the woman
You
with the
filmed it,
baby
right?
hung herself.
You
Did
filmed it?
something crazy beforehand. I don't know. She killed somebody or, like, tried to poison the man or did something nuts.
Okay, which would make sense if she wasn't of sound mind.
No,
Right?
No.
You know, like you could see her doing it,
We're next to you.
right?
Like where?
Okay.
So this corner was really active too.
Yeah.
Obviously upstairs.
I want to focus on the basement a little bit. I want to focus on that house more than this one.
Yeah.
We have like 5 hours. At least 4 if it's not like
4
at least
for
4
sure.
hours.
100%
It's like what, an hour each location? That's not bad at all.
Feeling is more like.
What are we doing?
Alright, so right now we're going to be going into that building right here. And we're going to be setting up a couple cameras. We're going to be taking Polaroids while we're in there too. Maybe we'll catch stuff. Who knows?
We will.
I hope we do. We gotta be silent a little bit too.
Yeah.
I left the attic door open and unlocked, so let's see if that's fucked up.
I'm actually terrified. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm not terrified. I'm like excited.
Don't be
I'm
terrified.
excited.
Don't let them know. But I feel better also knowing that these guys are like, you know, they like black people.
Yeah, that's good. I looked at you. Remember, she said, I'm like, it's always counting. You're either.
Because every time there's like an old historic place, I'm thinking like, shit, were they racist?
I got goosebumps walking up to the door. You can see that. The goosebumps.
I have them too a little bit.
Keep 'em up.
I think we're just getting
Alright.
anxious.
Let's do this.
Holy
Let's
shit.
go in.
Dude, this first stairway is fucking insane.
Do you have a light on that camera that works?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It might die soon, but never mind, it died.
All right, spirits. We're not here to harm you. We're not here to disrupt you. We just want to learn from you guys and get as much history as possible.
Yeah.
So, what do you see? Okay, so yeah, you can communicate with us any way you can. If you want to use my energy to communicate or manifest yourself, I will allow it. So,
For now.
I'm all
Did
yours.
you hear that? Maybe I'm just hearing.
What was it? What did you hear?
It might have been you walking. I thought I heard something above, but
Alright, so.
maybe it's just these spiders walking on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Daddy long legs.
So, do we want to.
Oh yeah, that's daddy long legs.
Freaking day long leg family over here.
Out your head.
Thanks. I'll definitely hit it at least once a day. Ow. Back's even worse, even with your back.
It's a smell again. It smells it literally
she-
smells like a cigar.
Yeah.
She told.
It's a literal cigar zone smelling.
Definitely.
She said, I mean, I thought this is a cigar candle, what she said.
What is that? What is it? You? Was that
Yeah.
No, that one down here.
That's a light on the outside, Jim.
Is it?
Yeah.
How is it reflecting off the? Oh, it looked like a reflection. The way. Okay.
Are you crazy?
I am.
Oh, so that's the light that stays on all the time then? Or
Yeah.
or-
So this room they were talking about.
Yeah, that I got yelled at for talking about it.
Yeah.
That's
the
the
one.
one.
You gotta make sure you don't get in the light.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to put a camera over here, didn't I?
I don't know.
I know you want
It
to.
was upstairs.
It was upstairs.
Okay.
It was in like for the hallway for the lady. What the fucking shit?
Freaking Polaroid.
Where do we want? Oh, I wanted to set up a trail cam there down the hallway.
Down the hallway?
Yeah.
Oh, you're trying to see the woman?
Yeah.
Did they give her a name?
No, they don't know her name.
Dude.
Let's just say that she was in a hole first. You guys just want like stay still so I can see what you hear. Anybody here with us? Can you make a noise? Let us know you're here. Like if I knock, can you knock back? Did you hear that?
Yeah,
It was like very faint, but it's still like 1, 2, 3. Did you hear
Oh,
that?
I heard your stomach.
No, it wasn't my stomach.
Oh.
It was very light. It was like
I didn't
like that.
I think I heard your stomach. That's why I looked
I
at you.
didn't feel my tummy.
So I can't hear anything over these cars outside,
I heard, yeah, that's.
to be honest.
Hopefully, when it gets to about like 9:30, 10 o'clock, it'll be a little bit lighter with the traffic.
You put a cam in there already?
Huh?
You put a cam in there already?
Not yet.
It's still open. Oh.
That one right here, right?
Yeah, facing this way then? You want to get like maybe the stairs?
I want to put it in here facing this way.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because like you could put it over here and even get the stairs maybe too. We could leave the attic door open the whole night and maybe
keep it right here?
possibly get it caught.
Trail cam?
Yeah, like.
Yeah, we'll do a trail cam.
Oh, you. Oh, okay.
I wanted an actual camera, but I think a trail camera will be good too.
Because like maybe you could just catch something crossing the doorway maybe. Maybe something crawling.
You want to take that back? No, stop.
Wait a minute. Yeah, nah. This ain't Call of Duty Zombies. I ain't trying to see that.
Yeah.
10 seconds then.
Crawler.
I don't care if it gets us in the shatter now.
That's the first thing I think of, like when people start talking about crawlers, is those ones from Black Ops 1 zombies, like freaking ones that like the gas off the back of their head and shit. Yeah.
No, don't think I get 2 pictures in there. Alright, we're coming up.
So they said the crawler goes. Oh. What was that?
What?
It might have been this.
It might have been that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought it was someone talking, but yeah.
I feel like yeah. Doesn't matter.
So they said the crawler goes in there, right? Starts up in there.
Oh, let me get
They just said they're back there. I don't.
I got 2
remember.
things off in this one. I got to change it, but I'll get a picture of both.
Oh, that's probably you walking then.
Make sure nothing's behind me. I'm scared.
I got you.
Maybe.
I'll get one more over here. First, it's dark. Can you smile for the camera?
Say cheese.
The cheese. Imagine seeing like something you just kept Polaroids. Usually the Polaroid kit, every time I've used this, we've got something. Like
Yeah.
a
Oh,
house.
yeah.
I gotta change this out. Can you put that in like your pocket or put it in there? Sorry.
You got the other one?
I do, yeah. Put this down.